Hello there, welcome to the 1.0 release of Ostranauts. If you've never seen this game before, it's a deeply mechanical live sim about living in space, salvaging ships, getting rich and dying trying. I won't explain everything here. Kid Fox Games, the game's publisher, actually made a nice early game tutorial. I recommend you check that one out if you're lost. So, here we go. We start with basic character creation, and a few clicks on the randomizer gives us this distinguished gentleman by the name of Grant. 18 years old and already middle-aged. At least we don't need a retirement fund. Next, we can trade years of our life in exchange for skills and money. One thing I always do is go to the trade list here and remove hypovolemia, because having less blood means you pass out faster and you're more sensitive to air quality. So away it goes, costing us a single year. Next, we fish for opportunities, basically random events that can get you stuff. First, we drink with a rich guy, gaining money and friendship. Then we find a lock crate. Most people would tell you to always pick hacking because it's a good money maker. However, I am not most people, and I have the scars to prove it. Then we get a repeat of the first event, and this time we try to rob the guy, which ends us in prison. We gain friends and enemies, and the knowledge that crime doesn't pay enough. That was enough adventure, let's get ourselves a ship. The game gives you one randomly, and you have the option to reject it and try again. But that is a year wasted. This one is a decent starter ship, so I will take it. It puts us in massive debt, but at least the daily rate is manageable. And so we awake on Kalex Station, our home for the next however many years. Our PDA gives us some basic control tutorials. I think I have the actual tutorial disabled here. We get dressed, look around in the garbage, grab our spacesuit, take a sip of our trusty canteen, wash our face, grab our basic toolbox, then head out. Get a face full of lore. We're supposed to follow the way to our ship now, but let me show you something. If you go down here and flip the door switch, there's a free crowbar on the floor. It's a useful salvage tool. Here the game shows you the way installing components work. You can install stuff right from the ground. This number here with a multiplier is your relevant skill level. It speeds your task up, and we will naturally gain more. And in this room, you get a free knife and a welder. Here's a supply kiosk, where I immediately lock out and find a backpack that's instant carry capacity, and also a charger for the welder. Over here is the license kiosk, and the scrap one next to it. And over here is where we pick up jobs for quick cash. Generally it's a good idea to go through it. Courier missions that stay within the station are easy. Here's one we can do from here. This part is not very intuitive, but after accepting the job you actually have to open the locker to get the quest item, or you can't finish it. It's weird, but you'll get used to it. So we must go to another part of the station from the transit over here. And now we do it in reverse. Place the item in the kiosk, then use it. Go to My Gigs, then turn in. Boom, we just made money. And since we're at the Old Emporium, we can take this job that brings us back to the port. Now we have the money to buy a daily license, but at this point I forgot I don't have the tutorial on and thought I would get one for free. So instead, we just make sure we're full on fuel and power. Pay the daily mortgage so I don't forget. And finally, it is ship time. It's small and cozy and a little banged up, but it will take us places. Sitting in the big chair brings us to the nav screen. Don't worry about the control sheet, it will stay here. And now we pick a derelict at random and trust our luck. Docking and undocking is a little tedious, so you best get used to it now. You must request docking and undocking every single time, even from derelicts. And we use the clamps, and we are in space. Once you're free floating, you are still right next to the station, so be careful to maneuver away a little first. Once you have the free space, align yourself to the target. Get the sideways drift close to zero, keep the bearing on point, and let momentum deal with the rest. Once you are within 5 kilometers, the proximity alarm will sound. By then you should already be slowed down below 100. Now just align the clamps, hit the button when it lights up, and success! Of course we don't have a permit here, so we must be quick before the patrol finds us. Fastest way of changing clothes is to just put your shoes in your pocket. Then equip the bodysuit. Your spacesuit comes with a lamp, but it's not mounted, so you have to actually hold it in your hand or put it down. Also doesn't hurt to switch it on. Now, from the moment you put your helmet on, you have a limited amount of air, so we will come back periodically into the ship to breathe. Okay, listen to this part, it's important. Every ship has only half of an airlock. It is the docking that makes it airtight. So what you want to do is step directly into the door, then wait for it to close. That way you don't vent the whole ship, until we remake the whole thing with a longer corridor. Now this is not even a ship, just a bunch of loose debris. Not great, but it's something. This door is broken and in the way, so let's scrap it. Now we take the non-trash parts, and whatever wires and floor tiles look the least damaged. Alright, this is about all I care to take with me, so let's go back to K-Leg before a patrol stops us, and then we would need to pay a fine. By the way, you can manually open the airlocks in the station, and just use the station's air while you're here. They're gonna charge you a bit of money, but it's still better than using your own air. Now we sell all the parts at the scrap kiosk. It's not much, but it's honest work. Looking at the gigs, here's one that pays very well, and is very close by. We have to find the corpse, investigate it, and come back. This should be easy. So the distance that the gig description says is not actually pinpoint accurate, so we have to look around a little. And here it is. Wait, what? Oh, that's gonna be a problem. We have to be quick on our way out, or we lose all the air in the ship. And there's our guy. Let's just do the job and go home. Plus grab some souvenirs lying around. Time to cash in. That's a lot of money for not a lot of work. Now we can buy a license and go do actual salvage work unmolested. I think we'll do that next time. Thank you for watching, leave a like if you had a good time here, and may your ships be always full of loot. See you next time.